What's up, guys? I'm Cooper. Welcome back to my channel, the only channel making content specifically for you. Not for anybody else, just for you. Don't forget that. So, I was thinking about way back in the day when I was real young and I used to watch YouTube videos, and it was nothing like it is today, like at all. And when I started comparing the YouTube that I used to watch when I was a kid and the YouTube that kids are watching today, I realized that it's really, really different. And since YouTube has changed so much, I decided I was going to go back to 2007 and see exactly what everybody was watching. It's 2007, and you sit down to watch some YouTube videos, and you go to the top trending videos. These are the most watched videos of 2007. So this is what would pop up. So I was going to do the top 5 most watched videos of 2007, and I was looking at the list, but I really wanted to include number 6 as well for reasons of my own. So here we go. Let's start with number 6.
Recently, scientists gave these tiny creatures a variety of psychoactive drugs to observe their effects on web building. When given a minute dose of LSD, the spider's web took on an unfamiliar, minimalist structure. When given caffeine, the web structure was not affected, but the spider's behavior was. Given THC, the active ingredient in marijuana, the spider didn't build a web. It built a hammock, where it lay all day and watched the caffeine spider go. When given alcohol, the spider built a web, found a mate, and raised over 100 young. But the mate got a restraining order, and now the spider can't go within 100 centimeters of the web. The crack cocaine spider figured building webs was for suckers, waited till the caffeine spider was exhausted, then came up behind it and popped a cap in its ass. Nice web, Mr. Crack Spider. When winter came, the marijuana spider had no place to live. It ended up in the crack web as the crack spider's bitch. For more information on the crack spider's bitch, contact the Canadian Wildlife Service in Ottawa.
I'm just still so confused about why this video ends with just Canada. Okay, now we're starting the top 5. At number 5, a classic, something everybody watched in 2007. If you didn't know about this, you were a fool, you were a sucker. You weren't up on the latest. This was pop culture in 2007. This is what everybody was talking about. The hottest shit, the hottest track.
Chocolate rain. Some stay dry and others feel the pain. Chocolate rain. A baby born will die before the sin. Chocolate rain. The school books say it can't be here again. Chocolate rain.
This video has 125 million views. That's pretty incredible. The best part about this is he finishes his line and then he's like take a breath. And now coming in at number 4, Esmee Denters. What goes around Justin Timberlake. The thing that you gotta remember is in 2007, this is on the top 5 and it only got 13 million views. But that was so many in 2007. Charlie posts probably 5 videos a day that get 13 million views. That's just regular stuff. That's just every day. If she doesn't get 13 million views, it's that's a bummer. Didn't really hit it. Should have a little harder. I don't know. Anyways, listen to this.
Don't wanna think about it, don't wanna talk about it. I'm just so sick about it. Can't believe it's ending this way. So confused about it, feeling the blues about it. I just can't do without you. Tell me if it's fair.
She's got an amazing voice, and I love how you can just kind of hear Justin Timberlake on the side because he's in the room with her, sitting right next to her. He's just kind of subtly getting in there, and she's just crushing his song better than he does in front of her.
Back around.
Yeah. She sings my
what's
song.
up.
She sings my song better than me.
I know, I already said that, Justin. Come on. Wasn't that interesting? But you know what's very interesting is this next one. At number 3, with 14 million views in 2007, is an iconic video that was really probably one of the earliest memed videos. And of course, I don't even need to say anything. There's no introduction that I can give that would give this thing justice. So I'm just gonna throw you into it. So here.
We learned nothing from Anna Nicole Smith. I know it's hard to see Britney Spears as a human being, but trust me, she is. She's a person. She's like you or I. And if anything ever happened to Britney Spears, the world can kiss my ass goodbye.
On a real note, though, Britney Spears had the most unbelievable 2007, and the fact that she, like, came out of that at all is pretty incredible. So, like, this video is pretty well backed.
What you don't realize is that Britney's making you all this money, and all you do is write a bunch of crap about her. Leave her alone! You're lucky she even performed for you bastards! Leave Britney alone! Please!
I feel bad for this kid, Chris, because he was one of, like, the first people to ever get, like, memed online. Like, I don't really know how I would have dealt with it. Like, 2007? That's a tough time to, like, have this happen. Now, that rant goes on for quite some time, and you can go watch it, but I don't want to make fun of Chris any longer, since people have been doing it since 2007. All right, on to number 2. At 20 million views in 2007, which is pretty unbelievable. Now, this is probably my favorite video on the list. So this is from the Miss Teen USA 2007 competition, and this is Miss Teen South Carolina. So I know what you're thinking. You could expect a lot from Miss Teen South Carolina. Yeah, you know, here you go.
Okay. Recent polls have shown a fifth of Americans can't locate the U.S. on a world map. Why do you think this is?
I personally believe that U.S. Americans...
I have so many things to say about this, but the first thing she says is, personally, I believe U.S. Americans. So not just U.S. citizens or Americans, but
U.S. Americans
don't forget that, because that's important.
Are unable to do so because some people out there in our nation don't have maps, and I believe that our education, like such as in South Africa and the Iraq, everywhere like such as.
She says people out there in our nation, don't have maps, such as South Africa. Or if you want to add to the list, you could put the Iraq on there if you want. Those two places in our nation without maps.
And I believe that they should, our education over here in the U.S. should help the U.S. or should help South Africa and should help the Iraq and the Asian countries.
To run it back to the question that was asked, why can't a fifth of Americans locate the United States on a world map? Which is honestly that's pretty crazy that if that's true in 2007, if that's a true fact. And so to fix the problem of American citizens not being able to locate the United States on a U.S. map, we need to go and educate foreign countries. That's it. We need to spread our education, because everybody knows, all the nations out there know that the United States is #1 in education. We've been doing it forever, and I don't know if anybody's ever gonna be smarter than the United States. Like,
U.S. Americans.
I can't do this. I can't keep that bit up. We're fucking stupid, dude. And until we realize that, we're gonna stay stupid. All right. That's all I have to say. Stop this. Teen South Carolina's. I see where you're coming from.
So we will be able to build up our future.
You see the smirk? You see the smirk on his face holding up the mic? He's just like...
To build up our future.
I wonder if he's just been sitting there holding back from laughing this whole time, just watching her ramble on complete nonsense unrelated to the question. This is kind of how Trump answers his questions. That's kind of funny. They answer him a question and he just goes so far into other rambles that everybody there forgot what the question was and nobody knows what anybody's talking about anymore.
For our children.
Thank you very much, South Carolina.
He just steps back. He's like, thanks, South Carolina. You fucked up. So that's the second most watched video in 2007. So I'm sure you're wondering, what meme, what crazy meme, what outlandish video, what rant, what music video maybe tops the #1 most watched YouTube video in 2007. And golly gee, you wouldn't expect it. It's a video about animals. But you know what? this might just be one of the best videos about animals I've ever seen in my entire life. And you know what it's called? It's called Battle at Kruger. It sounds like a war movie. I'm just gonna give you some narration for what's going on here. So here's some buffalo, right? And they're just cruising, man. They're just walking on the plain, you know, being buffalo, doing them. 5 or 6 big ones right here and a little baby buffalo, right? And they're just walking around the pond. These buffalo don't see the lions, right? And these lions, they realize that these buffalo are walking up on them, and they're like, yes, here we go. We're some lions. Perfect. How great would that be? It's like delivery food for these lions. They're walking right to them. So these lions, they're like, here we go. So they get all ready to pounce, you know, all in their like fight position. But then the front buffalo eventually sees them. He sees them and he stops. He's bopping his head like, hey, I see you. We don't need to do this. Let us by. We're not trying to start any problems. And then right when he starts walking by, boom, they take off. The lions pounce. They all run. But guess what? Guess who's the slowest animal? That's right, the baby. So boom, the lions immediately pin the baby. It's sad, so sad, right? This baby buffalo is in the water surrounded by 3 lions, and they're trying to pull him out of the water. So just when you think it couldn't get worse for this little buffalo surrounded by 3 lions, boom, a crocodile, a freaking crocodile comes out of the water and joins the fight. So now he's like, I want some of this. Like, you guys are in the water. This is my shit. So like, if you come in the water, it's fair game. I can join the fight. Literally, the crocodiles and the lions get into a tugging war with the freaking baby buffalo in between. He's in between, and eventually the crocodile gets pulled. He gets his little bite, and he goes back in the water, and all the lions get the baby buffalo back onto the land. That just when you think that's it, this baby buffalo's a goner. You know, he's surrounded by these lions. Boom! Here comes the freaking squad. All the buffalo. All of them, the whole gang. I don't know how many buffaloes, too many to count. They all come up and they're like, no, sir. We're not gonna sit here and stand for this. And they start running up on these lions who are eating the little calf. And I know what you're thinking. This calf has to be dead. It got bitten by a crocodile. It's been getting gnawed on by these freaking lions, you know, and they took a little while to get all the boys together to come back and rile them up. So these buffaloes are just like squaring up with these lions, like they're seriously messing them up. Like, they got so many of these buffaloes, there's nothing these lions can do about it. They're chasing them off in every direction. This is a cinematic masterpiece. And then boom, it happens. The calf gets up. The calf gets up and he walks over to the squad. And he gets back with the fam, and they all bring him in. And who knows what happened after that, but they got him back. They got him back. And then they have these lions pinned, and they just say, you know what? You gotta get out of here. And they chase him off. I mean, this is probably the coolest wildlife video I've ever seen. It's got everything. There's a storyline. It's emotional. It's got crocodiles. Like, come on. Someone needs to turn that into like an animated short film. I would watch that. Disney. That's all you with your weird animated short films that are always a little too dark, a little too sad. Anyway, so that is the top 6 most watched videos of 2007. So if you were watching YouTube in 2007, you probably watched those videos. It's a fun throwback, and it's kind of weird to see the difference, because I bet you if you looked at the top videos watched right now, it's probably like vlogs and stuff. So come by next Friday to see what I'll be cooking up for next week. Or who knows, maybe I'll post some extra videos next week if I'm feeling saucy. Because, you know, we're in quarantine, so what else do I have to do? If you want to see anything, like I said, you know, comment or shoot me a DM if you have any questions for me. I'm doing a Q&A video soon. So, yeah.
Chocolate rain. Some stay dry and others feel the pain.
Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. You know how it goes. If this video gets 1 million likes, you will be able to see me